Welcome to Embracing Infinity, exploring the infinite oneness in the space of love and truth. Host Jennifer Rose is an international spiritual medium, healer, channeler, mentor, and transformational guide. Her focus is encouraging individuals to know themselves within the lens of their divine heart and highest potential, to evolve within the frequency of love and peaceful harmony. Now, here's your host, Jennifer Rose.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Embracing Infinity. I'm Jennifer Rose. Happy Friday, and we are streaming on the Sacred Spiral Network and many other pages as well. I'm very honored and excited to be very soon welcoming our guest, Drew Brophy, artist, onto Embracing Infinity. He's been somebody I've known for many, many years and is just kind of getting to know again. And I know that many of you are also very excited to meet him as well. I've been getting a lot of messages of excitement from people when they found out that Drew was coming on the show here today. So it's going to be a very special story that he has to share with all of us of his experience through COVID and his NDE and the miracles that have transpired before, during, and after as well. So that will be coming on in just a minute as all of you are starting to join in here today. I want to say hi to Miss Heidi Gold from Colorado. Hello, beautiful Heidi. Thank you for being here today. I see Patty Daly is on as well, has joined us. Great to see you, Patty, as well. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Just a few quick announcements, everybody, while everybody's starting to come in. Hi, KB. Thanks for joining us, love. Great to see you. This coming Sunday, forgive me, there's a lot of spiritual energy in the room. This coming Sunday is our Sunday spiritual service. It's at 10 a.m. Pacific and 6 p.m. in the UK. You can sign up for that on mediumjenniferrose.com, and our guest medium who will be connecting with our loved ones in spirit and sharing an inspired address is Pink Sarah from the UK. We're very excited to have her on. This is the first time of her coming on for the Love of Spirit, and Team Angel and our community is welcoming her with open arms. So we do hope to see you. Hi, Stacia. Good to see you. Fellow artist. Thank you, my friend. Good to see you too. I see Gary Stringer has joined us as well. Hi, Gary. Good to see you. I know you're a fan of Drew's too. I see Ava Bergstrom is on as well. So so beautiful and happy that you all are joining in here today. So again, please do show up for a Sunday service if you're free. We would love to see you. It's always a very safe and sacred space to join into to experience the love, hope, and healing that Spirit always has to offer as we connect together for them. Hi, Jennifer McCormick. Thank you for being here. Great to see you as well. Okay, everybody, I want to talk as little as possible so that we have as much time as possible with our friend Drew. So if everybody would please give him a beautiful, warm welcome. Let's bring in Drew. There he is. Hi, Drew.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see everyone be here.
Nice to see you too. Thank you so much for joining us here today. How are you?
I think I'm having a little bit of cutting in and out.
Okay. I can hear you just fine. Is everybody else able to hear me? Kelly, are you able to hear me on your end? I just want to double check. Okay. All right. So, okay. All right.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what's happening with that, but how are you? Are we
I'm
still
good.
cutting out? Okay.
I'm excited to. It comes and goes. We'll work with it, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm just excited to share the journey that my wife and I went on, and I just want to tell the truth of what we experienced, and I'm an open book. I'm not
Thank you,
afraid to talk
Drew.
about it.
Thank you so much, Drew. And we did have your beautiful wife, Maria, on just a few months ago. And everybody was very, very touched by your story. Most of us were in tears or close to it. And so I know that everybody's really been looking forward to meeting you. So I'm so happy that it worked out on this day too. And hi to more friends who have joined us, Adam and Nancy as well too, and Miss Stacia. And I'm going to read your bio real quick for everybody. For those of you who are just getting to know you, I know there's a lot of people who already know you, but just to help get them get introduced to you as well. So that will just take a moment. All right. Everybody who is just getting to know Drew Brophy, he is a professional artist who paints from his passion for surfing, nature, and family. Through Drew's eyes, everything is alive and learning and teeming with a powerful, invisible energy. He paints that energy into his art to show our innate connection to nature and the divine. Drew's curiosity of weather, solar physics, and history led him to explore the wisdom left by previous civilizations. He's traveled the world to study ancient ruins to gain a greater understanding. Drew's geometrical paintings are his attempt to interpret the wisdom left behind from ancient cultures. After contracting COVID in 2021 and being put on a ventilator, Drew had a near-death experience that gave him a gift of understanding our purpose, that you are not the body, you are the energy that flows through it. He explains the truth he was shown as simply, there is nothing to fear, there is no death, we are all one, you are the light. Thank you, Drew. And a lot of our viewers are also mediums and spiritual practitioners. And so when we hear those words, they hit our hearts very deeply because many of us are very connected with spirit. And I've known you for many years. And I remember when you were painting your sacred geometry many years ago. I think it was over a decade ago too. And here we are today. And so much has happened since then. Yes. And hi to everybody who has joined us as well too. So I would like to hand it over to you because we got COVID, and I know there's a miracle in how many days you were on a ventilator, which you are the only person in the United States who survived that long, and what you went through during the process of, because you were put into a medical induced coma, is that correct?
I can't hear you. It's cutting in and out. I'm sorry. I didn't hear the question.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I know our audience is able to hear fine. I'm wondering if we could adjust our settings a little bit. Let's see here.
Why don't we try bringing Drew on with a cell phone?
Okay, let's do that. We can even mute one side. We could even mute one side and have both. Fine? I can hear you fine. Yes. Don't worry, we'll get it, everybody. It's been a little tech challenged in the energies lately. It's the eclipse. Okay. All right, everybody. Let them get reconnected through the phone so that way Drew can hear me, everybody. And so with that, I'm just going to take some space up here and say hi to all of our friends who have joined us. I see Lynn Juno is here today. Tech is very wonky today. It's been a very strange day since I woke up. Jules Statler, good to hear from you. Thank you for joining us here today. Hi, Brenda Spence. Good to see you. Hello, Skylight. Good to see you. What a pretty name. Hi, Mel Macano. Good to see you too. I see the MZ is here. Hi, Michael Zinn. Good to see you, my friend. And yes, we do got this. Thank you, Michael. Hi, Christine Campbell. Thank you for joining us as well. Thanks for all those beautiful little emojis you put in there. I'm a fan of those. Brenda, I think I did say hi to you. I just want to make sure. Okay. And everybody else is able to hear me all right. So that makes me happy too. I see Jeffrey has just joined us as well. Hello, my friend Jeffrey. Good to see you. And we're all making it in. So he will get situated with that as well. And so if you all have a chance to check out Drew's website, drewbrophyart.com, And we'll be putting that up on screen as well too. You'll get to see all of the different kinds of arts that he does, all of the surfer art, all of the sacred geometry art as well. We actually are going to be doing some screen shares of his work and kind of taking us through the story of his NDE and like the before and after. So we actually have a really special presentation planned for you. So hang in there with us just a little bit longer if you would too. I'm also asking if you could all share this out or tag a friend who you think might be interested here today. Subscribe over to YouTube on the Sacred Spiral Network. Drew Brophy also has a YouTube channel as well. And you can give all of us a follow, the Sacred Spiral Network, Drew Brophy Art, Jennifer Rose, Medium Jennifer Rose. We all love that. We appreciate it. Thanks for putting a little hashtag live in the comments too. That kind of helps the algorithms. It tells them that there's something special happening here today. So we greatly appreciate that. And thank you for all of your lovely comments as well. Much appreciated. I want to say hi to John Morrow, who's joined us as well. Jennifer JC Griff, good to see you. Okay. All right. Let's see if we got it, guys. All right. There we go. We're almost there, folks. So thank you for hanging in there with us. So, by the way, I know it's October, but it's been sunny in mid-70s out on the coastline. The beach is beautiful. The sky is blue. And speaking of art, I was at the beach yesterday. I'm going to tell you a fun story. And the ocean created this big wall of sand, like in order to get kind of like from the sand to like the wet part of the sand from the dry part, you have to actually kind of shimmy yourself down this big wall. But people were putting some really cool artwork on the walls. They were like drawing skulls and cats. I put me a little infinity in there too. And I thought, you know what? If nature makes a canvas, if it gives you a wall, people are going to create on it. So I thought that was pretty impressive. I took some pictures, so I'll try to get them shared out there as well too. That was a cute story. And so it's very fun to see. So I'm just going to check and see if anyone's joined us. Okay, I'm so happy you can all hear me. So we're just going to help. We're just going to help Drew get all situated there too. Want to see how everybody is doing over in Southern California, and so it's really, really fun. But we're blessed with some beautiful weather here too. It's not quite as hot as like summertime sometimes feels, but it was good to get a little R&R. I've been working really hard. I'm kind of like a 7-day, 24 hours a week kind of girl. So I had to get a little bit of a break out there too. So and let me see, Patty's saying sunny and warm in New Mexico as well. So that's good to hear. Not that I don't mind the rain, and I'm looking forward to Halloween, and I'm looking forward to all that kind of like that feel and everything like that. But it's nice to enjoy the sunshine on a day off. So hi, Braja Rosa, how are you? Thank you for joining us. So okay, I think they're almost there. I can feel them coming. Hi, Karina, good to see you. It has been amazing, absolutely beautiful. That's where the mermaids live, everybody. Okay, let's see. I knew I felt you. I knew you were almost here. I'm psychic. Here. It's my job. It's my job. I'm psychic. I'm like, okay, he's almost here. Right. 85 in Boulder today, so it's warm there. All right, we made it, my friend. So, okay, Drew, are you ready? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Yeah, you sound beautiful. Awesome. You're beautiful. Yeah.
All right, we had to do a quick change from one office to the other, and everything's great. So sorry for the delay.
No worries at all. And Miss Lynn Juno says, surf's up, Drew.
Surf has been up here. I'm surfed out.
Are you?
Yeah, the waves have been really good here.
You are a very blessed man to be alive after what you went through, and also to be able to surf the waves, travel the world, and do what you love, which is your artwork too. So I'm very happy for you and your wife and your family that you've gotten to enjoy such a blessed life.
Yeah, I'm forever grateful to everyone who rallied to save my life. And I always tell everybody it was an experience that we all went through, and we all played different parts. And
yes,
there was a lot of great things that came out of it. And those are the things that we're going to talk about today.
Beautiful. Thank you, Drew. Where would you like to start? So as I was saying, the part that you were having trouble hearing, Maria joined us a few months ago. And so she told us the story from her point of view of how you went on, you contracted COVID, and then you were on a ventilator for like 70, 80 days, which was unheard of. The doctors don't know how that happened. You're the only survivor to be on a ventilator. I believe you were put into a coma, correct? And
Yes.
this is when you had your experience.
Yes, and it's important people to know that, prior to all this, I was a very healthy athlete, artist. My joy was traveling around the world, surfing big waves. I took very good care of my body, and life was good. And then COVID happened, and of course, everybody struggled through COVID in different ways, and everybody had to deal with it in their own way. And I caught COVID towards the end of it, 2021. And I thought I was just going to be able to go to sleep and labor through it. And unfortunately, that's not what happened. And I ended up having to go to the hospital. And, it's important for people to understand that the book chronicles, Maria's book, COVID Love Story, chronicles the whole story the way it happened. All we have done is told the truth. We leave it to other people to speculate what the outcome of this was, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the miracle that was my life. I can tell you it was brutal. And I witnessed and experienced all the things that all the people who died experienced, except for I ended up living. So I'm here to tell you what that was like, and in the joy that I experienced in the near death, and after, what it's given me, and it was a true gift. I don't want to go through it again, but I'm not sad it happened. So, a lot of people don't understand that I was in the hospital and I was getting better and worse while I was in the hospital. But ultimately, I reached a point where I was told I was probably going to be going home. And I was sitting in my bed, grateful that I'd beat it. I watched many people die around me in that time. I'm very grateful to the doctors and nurses that helped save my life, all the people praying for me. And I'd beat it. I'd been in there for like 10 days. And I felt strong. I was still me. I weighed 210 pounds. And I was texting people in my bed, taking big, deep breaths. In those moments, I was just grateful to be alive and that I could be going home. Shortly thereafter, a nurse in the ICU stopped. There's glass in the ICU. They can see you. And they have to put on all the safety equipment before they can come in your room. So they don't want to have to come in too often. But she stopped and looked at me. And all of a sudden, she hurriedly put on her safety equipment. And she started poking me. And I didn't know at the time, but what had actually happened is when I was taking those deep breaths, my lungs were tearing holes in my lungs. And since I'd had COVID, my lungs were, the doctor said, like wet paper sticking together, and they were collapsing. I was immediately put on 100% oxygen in a blower, this big thing that goes on your face. So things went from you might be going home to something bad's happening. And that's when the doctor came in. He says, "I'm sorry, Mr. Brophy. You're going to die. Your lungs have holes in them and they're sticking together and we can't get them reinflated." He says, "We need to put you in a coma." And I said, "Well, is that a ventilator?" And he said, "Yes." And I said, "Well, I don't want to go on a ventilator." And he says, you don't want to die this way. He said, "It would be awful." He says, "You'll probably have a heart attack or a stroke in the next few hours, and we won't be able to save you." So you just don't know, when this thing's going to happen to you. You're shocked that all of a sudden this is happening. It happened to so many people. This exact thing, fighting for their life. And here it was happening to me. And I said, no, I'm not going on the ventilator. I stayed alive all night. The doctor was like, I'm going to put you into a room with a window so you can say goodbye to your family. I had to do it. I'm one of those people who had to say goodbye to my family through a window. Except for I refused to say goodbye. I said, I'm not going anywhere. By morning, I could not take another breath. And the ventilator, they had to put me on a ventilator in a coma. The doctor says that this is it. You never know how your life's going to end. And I didn't believe my life was going to end, but here it was, all these professionals telling me my life was about to end. Everybody was crying. It was surreal. I asked him, is there a chance? He says, well, there's always a chance, but not a very good chance. And I said goodbye to my family, and that was it. I just want everybody to know that you need to become the person today, right now, that you need to be strong in these moments. Maybe not for yourself, maybe for yourself, or maybe for someone else. You need to become the person now before this moment happens. I feel fortunate that the big waves that I've surfed kind of prepared me for this. I kind of feel like my whole life prepared me for this moment. And I accepted that if God decides to take me, there's nothing I can do about this. I want to stay. I was in the coma for 28 days. A few days into it, they asked my wife to pull the plug, that I was not coming back. She refused. She'd made the decision that I was going to live, that I was going to come home. I promised her I would. It's not easy to talk about. I feel sometimes ridiculous talking about these things, but it happened. Sometime in the coma, I don't know when, I just found myself floated right out. Every moment I think about it, I'm on the verge of tears. It's instant and seamless. There's no words to describe it. I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying to figure out what happened. Why did they send me back? All I can say is in that moment, it was like a great remembering. I was remembering everything. It felt like billions of little lights or children tickling me or coming into me. It was extraordinary. It was like I was growing, remembering. It was peaceful. All I could think was, how did I ever forget who I really was? As it went, it's not that I felt like I was disappearing. It was more like I was being added to so much, or I was remembering so much. Whoever I thought I was just so insignificant. Like just one little piece of the puzzle. Just like one little drop in an ocean. Even bigger, like a drop in a universe. At some point, it definitely felt like a flow or a river. You could say a light or a tunnel. To me, it was like a flow of light. Everything was light. But at some point, a bigger light had come to me. And it felt like my father. It felt like he embraced me. He picked me up. And all I could think was, thank God he's got me. It is when I surrendered to it all. The river just kept going faster and faster. A bigger light eventually came. It was like if you just imagine just big balls of light just accumulating into a bigger and bigger ball of light. And the big ball of light that it came next was very intimidating, powerful, bigger than all the light I was. And it started pushing us faster and faster. At least that's what it felt like. Everything was a feeling. I'm not so sure I saw anything. It was just like this remembering, this great remembering. It felt like I was everything and everyone. And then once when I thought I was about to disappear, everything stopped. And it said, you got to go back. We're sorry we had to do this way. We needed you to understand. There's no time to start over. You have to go to that body, and it's going to be awful. And my thought was, go back where? What are you talking about? I'd forgotten this place. And it said, Maria and Dylan are waiting for you. And then that's when I remembered. I felt terrible that I'd forgotten. I instantly was like, yes, I'll go back. But I don't know where that place is. I said, don't worry, we'll get you there. We need you to get strong again so that you can help the others. It felt like I was signing up for like a military mission or something. I was like, okay, I'll do it. And they just set me adrift into nothingness. It felt like forever. The whole thing felt like forever. Like thousands of years or something. Like I'd been alive for thousands and thousands of years. The nothing was like thousands of years. And it was so peaceful. It was like I was a sound or something, like a vibration. And I was awakened like I was being sucked down a drain or squished. I didn't want to go. I fought it. And that's when I woke up. That's when I woke up.
Thank you, Drew.
Yeah.
In our community, we talk a lot about the oneness and the connection, and you got to experience it, not just as words, but as the infinite reality, your eternal beingness. There's a gift in that.
It was a gift. It was an absolute gift.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with it, but it happened. It's the reason I survived. When I woke up, I was totally paralyzed, locked in my body, connected to all these machines. I thought they sent me to the wrong place. It was like alien autopsy or something. I didn't recognize anything. It was dark. The first time a nurse came in, I didn't know what it was. Nothing made sense. You know, they put you on all these heavy drugs in the coma, the propofol, fentanyl, Versed, ketamine. You know, I've thought, could it have been the drugs? But it wasn't, because I remember it. It was like I was in a totally separate place. And being sent back to this body was awful. It is so different. I don't feel the same. I'm never going to be the same. I feel like I'm inhabiting an animal, like trying to tame the animal, trying to give it what it needs, the food. And when I was in the body and I could hear the nurses and doctors talking, they were saying like, oh, well, you know, he's probably not going to survive the night. And I was in there and coming from this other place, I was like, you don't understand. I'm the light. I can keep this body alive forever, and you can't kick me out of it. I felt like I was inside there trying to fix things. In the coma and after, when I was locked in my body, I could literally feel the prayers being given to me. I could feel the energy. I could feel everything. I had deep compassion for the nurses and doctors and the other patients. I could hear the patients dying, calling out. I had nurses cry at my bedside. I saw nurses quit in the middle of the shift. Being on a ventilator, it doesn't feel like you're alive. It doesn't feel like you're breathing. It feels like you're suffocating. I was on the ventilator for 72 days. Just trying to keep it together. So, you know, I think what I want people to know is that you're immensely more powerful than you ever dreamed of. Your mind, your body, and your spirit are so powerful. I survived when everybody had given up. All I needed was a few people to believe. I had to be one of them. My wife, a couple angel nurses. It took so many people to save my life. And I want people to know that angels are showing up in the world as people. We're all taking turns. You have to be aware and present to realize that sometimes it's your turn to be an angel for somebody else. That's why you have to be strong. You have to connect to who you really are so that you can be this powerful person. We all have access to it. I saw it. I experienced it. It took me 2 years to recover. I had to learn to walk. I had to learn to talk. I had to learn to chew, swallow. I had to learn to surf again. My wife never gave up on me. My friends never gave up on me. And in the end, my doctors and nurses did not give up on me. I can remember the moments each one of them turned from hopelessness to hope. It was a miraculous thing to watch. I can't even believe it happened to me.
I can.
Yeah.
I remember when I remember speaking to you when you started doing your sacred geometry art many, many years ago, and you were noticing, the perfection just in the plants,
Yeah.
that were next to us. I remember that conversation. Not everybody notices those things, Drew.
Yeah. Like I said, I feel like everything that happened to me in my life was preparing me for this journey that I went on. I was looking at sacred geometry and, some of the ancient sites that I went to on a real science level, of trying to understand physics. I'm really interested in physics and the mechanics of the world. I wasn't a very spiritual person prior to this. More scientific. Maybe that's why it happened to me. I don't know. It's like I was supposed to catch COVID. I was supposed to go through this. I was supposed to be a witness for all the people who died.
Yeah.
And show people how much more powerful they are than they ever dreamed. And that we're all connected for sure. We're not from here going there. We're from there coming here.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
And I don't want to be, I don't want to have to be the person telling people this, but it happened. Like I said, sometimes I feel ridiculous talking about it, but you know, what am I going to do? This miraculous thing happened to me. And
You're in good company because we believe your story. You're the people who are listening and watching this believe in miracles and near-death experiences and spirit and continuous life.
well, I think something's happening that it's getting clearer and clearer, like almost like if we're a Wi-Fi signal into these bodies, the Wi-Fi signal is getting better. It's been dark for a long time, and there's no stopping what's coming. It's only
It's
going to
very
get
true.
yeah, it's only going to get stronger.
Yeah.
People are going to feel it, and once you feel connected and to everyone, you don't want to hurt another soul. All you want to do is help them.
Yeah.
You have deep compassion. I came back with deep compassion. I just thought like, oh my gosh, nobody knows what's going on. And you're just sitting there. It's kind of maddening. But I can see it happening where everybody's, kind of waking up to this idea of like, oh wow, it's much better to work together. I mean, I think this is what ancient scholars have been trying to tell us. I think anybody could have an experience like mine, either through a near death or maybe meditation, psychedelics, or possibly just great age. Great age, you've seen so much, you deduce down that, okay, there's something much bigger going on. And I kind of got it all in one dose. So
You sure did. Yeah. I hear you saying like there's no stopping what's coming, and because I've been feeling it too, that we've been in like a dark age, like you said, but there's a renaissance coming. I can feel it, and there is going to be a birth of more spiritual connectedness, more creativity, more music, more art, and we just have to believe and not lose faith and hope in that.
yes, it's from what I
But you're
saw, from what I saw, there's just no stopping it.
Yeah.
We are some type of creation machine.
Yes. Oh, I got chills all over. Oh.
I want everybody to realize that everything is a gift. It's all a gift, even the suffering. Here it was, I had this experience that I was told I was going to die. I would have been dead at 50 years old. And I had no regrets. I'd lived a good life. And I thought that I'd had, some great things happen and maybe a few negative things, but, pretty full life. And then I'm facing death, and all of a sudden I get dropped way back with this super scary, intense, brutal experience. But then I was given the near death, which was enlightening beyond anything I could dream of.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. You want the extremes, all of it. You're here to have an experience, and we're here to help each other get through them. You must be happy for people having a great experience, especially young people in their prime. They're beautiful, perfect bodies doing extraordinary things.
Yeah.
Don't be jealous, be grateful. They're having an experience for you. And at the same time, when you see something awful, somebody having an awful experience, the same thing, be grateful. They're having an experience for you. It's all experience. It's the only thing that you take with you. It's your
memories.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it's the contribution to the whole.
Yeah, your love and your memories.
So when I got there, I was remembering all the experiences. They're all gifts. They're all gifts to the whole.
Mhm.
And it's so beautiful. It is just so beautiful.
Yeah.
And, like I said, I'm going to be trying to, figure this out the rest of my life of just what happened. And all I know is I'm forever changed. I did what they said. I built my body back. I'm strong again. I beat all the odds. I didn't have to get a lung transplant. They were going to cut my lungs out. They said I would be on a ventilator for the rest of my life. They said I'd live in a nursing home for the rest of my life. And then once I beat that, they said, well, I'll be on oxygen and probably not be able to walk too far the rest of my life. I refused to believe those things. And I found people that believed in me. Physical therapists that did the impossible and got me off oxygen. Nobody can do it for you. It's hard. It's brutal. What I went through was absolutely brutal. But if you dig down, you realize how strong you are. And if you surround yourself with great people, it makes it easier. They can't do it for you, but they can support you. That's why you need to support your friends. Be there for them.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, the other thing is your thoughts make a difference. Like I told you, I could feel the people praying for me. At some point, my wife and I, we've worked so hard in our lives, and we kind of felt like we never got a break. And then when this thing happened, all the goodwill that I'd ever given in my life came back to us. It's like we were saving it up for this one big thing. And it came in like a flood. And we needed it. I am so grateful for all the people out there that prayed for us. It made a difference. I want you to know. And it's important, people, to know that you need to control your thoughts. Your thoughts are powerful. Use them for yourself and for others. And try to keep the bad thoughts away, because those are powerful as well. And it's not like you have to say this big giant prayer. It's more like use your words to create a feeling. Everything is a feeling. If all you had was a warm feeling about somebody, that would be enough to help them. Just don't have the bad feelings. It's something like this. It's so hard to articulate. So
You're doing it well, very well.
yeah.
We're feeling everything that you're saying, not just hearing it, but feeling it. And hopefully you'll be able to go back and watch this and see all of the amazing messages everybody's been sending you here today. It's really beautiful.
When I first started talking about this, I was still sick. I could barely talk.
Yeah.
And since then, I've heard other near-death stories. I read one on a plane in a book, and he described it just like I saw it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. How's that possible? How's it possible that people describe the exact same thing? And I think everybody's trying to describe this impossible thing in their own lens of their life. And it's so difficult. It's so abstract. It's so foreign from any thought you ever had. It's just so much bigger. When I was locked in my body and things were really dark, I almost died every day, numerous times. And I would sit in there and I would just say, I am the light. I am the light. I am the light. I am the light. All night long. Realize that you are the light and you have so much power in that light. I feel like a supernova. I'm not afraid of anything now. There's nothing to be afraid of. There never was. You're like this infinite light. And in a way, there's no you.
Yeah.
You're just having this experience in this body. The light's going through all of us in everything. It's all you.
Yep. Infinite.
Infinite. There's no end. There's no beginning. There's no end.
Yeah.
And in that space, everything's a gift at that point. Being in this body is a gift. And people complain about what they don't have. In reality, they've been given everything. You've been given this beautiful body to have this experience in. You've been given children, spouses, friends, this divine capacity to create. You think of everything we've created in this world and all the things that were given to us that were created for us, all the plants and animals. It's just unbelievable. And people are complaining about what they don't have, what's been taken from them. Everything was taken from me. Everything. I couldn't move. I couldn't talk. I couldn't communicate. I couldn't tell anybody about this great experience I had. I was just locked in my body, in a broken body, a dead body. I lost over 100 pounds in that coma in 28 days. It was unbelievable. I felt like I'd been gone forever. I'm like, I didn't even know where I was or how long I've been gone. And it wasn't until they finally let my wife in. My wife took her mask and shield down so I could see her face. And realized I was in the right place. Yeah, ask me some more questions. I could talk too long.
And I know we have some pictures to share as well too. And I wanted to comment the prayer because Maria put a post out on Facebook asking for prayers when you needed it most. And so you were saying you could feel them and you could see them.
Mm-hmm.
And because we believe in the power of prayer here, you know, in the spiritual sense, and you experienced it versus just believing it. Like you experienced the miracle of collective intention and love.
I think that's why they sent me back. I think that the collective would not allow me to leave. They said, no, we want him back. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got chills all over.
I still can't believe it happened.
Yeah.
I wake up every morning, I'm like looking at my hands like, oh, what? Like it's just
It's kind of like a dream, isn't it? You know, because you're probably will never fully be back into the duality of this world. So you're going to dance in between the two.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I'm doing pretty good, but it's hard. All this stuff's a hard thing to talk about,
yeah,
especially with such conviction of just know this is the way it is.
yeah,
Um, especially with people that maybe don't want to hear it. Um, and all I'm going to do is just keep telling the truth. I'm like, look,
yeah,
I didn't ask for it. I don't want to deny it. It happened. Quite honestly, all I want to do is go surf and live my life. But this thing happened, and I'm not going to not talk about it. It just, when people ask, I'm like, okay, do you really want to know? This is what I witnessed.
Well, we are very grateful and blessed, and it's too extraordinary not to share with people because there's great healing and comfort that you're able to provide. I say many of the same things that you say, and I didn't have a full blown NDE. As I told you, I got a little close, but I understand how much you want to live after going through really, really hard, dark times. And but you went all the way in the knowing of it, and you can bring that back to us, and no one can tell you,
Yeah.
that that's not true. And we're very grateful for that validation. There's great healing and comfort that you give to each person who hears your words, and this is a healing space that we're all sharing here right now. So I'm getting healing, you're getting healing, everybody who's watching and listening is getting healing, and we're all sharing in love right now.
Yeah.
Like, this is love we're experiencing, and we will take this love with us.
And
Um,
it's important for people to know that everyone has access to this.
yeah,
Like, controlling your thoughts and meditating and getting in this space of gratitude, of being
yeah,
grateful, because you've been given everything. You've been given this opportunity to be here in this space and have an experience.
yeah.
And
Life is a gift.
it is an absolute gift.
Yeah. So maybe it would be good if we all tried to live it to the fullest. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drew, would it be okay if we started showing some of the pictures that you sent us to everybody?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right.
Sure.
Let's do it. We're ready, Kelly. We have a presentation for you all. If this was extraordinary enough, but like, this is a double gift. So there was a question
Yeah.
about, have you written your story? Yes, his beloved wife Maria wrote COVID, a love story, recently published. And
Yeah.
I've also interviewed Maria on Embracing Infinity, and it's available on YouTube on the Sacred Spiral Network YouTube channel. And I will share it to my pages as well
Yeah.
after this too. So this is the love story that came out of it, and it's such a beautiful cover.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the cover, I painted it for her. And this is what it was like. Like she was in a tug of war, her with everybody else. And she
Yeah.
had an army of people behind her praying. And I was being taken. And it would have been okay if I'd been taken. I was going to, go back to where we came from. And I
Yeah.
believe the big light that came was some type of guardian force. And I think that guardian force, it's like kind of Archangel Michael up there, because
Yeah.
the big light had some type of lightning or sword, and it was very intimidating. And I think that light gave me that energy so that I would survive. I think that's what he gave me. The
It's
power
beautiful.
to, yeah, the power to come back and survive it all. And it's still with me,
Yeah.
but the cover came out great. So anybody wants to see Maria's book or read it, it is just a beautiful story of never giving up, and all the angels that showed up in our lives, from nurses and doctors to friends to, random people. I had, in the dark of night, my ventilator hose had exploded and nobody was coming. And I thought, gosh, I'd fought so hard. Now my life's going to end because this machine malfunctioned. And I was almost about to go out, and a face showed up in the darkness, desperately trying to fix this thing, panicked. And he got it put back together, and then he looked around and ran. And I'd never seen this guy. He wasn't one of my nurses. I don't know if he was an angel. I think he was the janitor, who was probably not supposed to touch me, but he saved my life. Things like that happened over and over.
Yeah.
It's like the whole world had conspired to keep me alive. And I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
So that the book's about stuff like that.
That's beautiful. Thank you,
Yeah.
June. That blue mist, I've done some hypnosis work, and I remember being taken through the blue mist. So it's uncanny.
Yeah,
The light.
the place was like, everything's light and it was
Yeah.
blue. It was kind of like that, like being sucked into a river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, thank you. Okay, we go ahead and look at the next slide.
Yeah. Well, this just gives you an example of who I've been in my life. I love big waves. And so I think, my big waves and my traveling around the world and really prepared me for this assignment that happened to me. I was not a frail person. I've had to deal with many frightening things in my life, and especially the big wave surfing, holding your breath for so long. I was in tip-top shape when I went into the hospital. If I hadn't been in tip-top shape, my body would not have survived. Being on the ventilator was like holding my breath for 4 months. It was awful, but I lived.
Yeah. Yeah. I was a former swimmer in my younger days, so I do understand it builds your lungs. Your lungs actually get, I think, a little bit bigger and stronger,
Yeah.
and they stay that way. So you were given that gift of being in the ocean, swimming in the ocean, and
Yeah.
having that greater lung capacity. Wow.
Yeah. So it
That's a
helped
big
me.
wave. That's
Yeah.
a really big wave.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get one this year.
Wow. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. And then we'll see the next one.
Oh my gosh. This is hard to look at. This
You
is
don't even look like the same person.
and so this was taken 3.5 months into the ordeal. So this is not even at my worst. This is when I started getting better. And they're trying to lift me up to walk. And I'm still hooked up to all the machines. Yeah, hard to look at. But these people never gave up on me.
Yeah.
They would get me up. And the problem was I would get the spins because I'd been laying down for so long. When they'd stand me up, my blood pressure would drop and everything would start spinning. And
Yeah.
so their worry was that I would get sick. And but they had to get me moving or my muscles would never come back.
Yeah.
I had so many problems. There was always something going wrong. But here I am.
Here you are.
Yeah.
All healthy again.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for allowing us to see this, because it does be able to really put into context, and like you said, this wasn't even at your worst. This was 3 months in after you woke up, and here you are now. We can see how much weight you lost. And
I reiterate again, you need to understand how powerful your mind, body, and soul is. The human body is a beautiful machine. It wants to be whole. You have to tell it that you're going to do stuff, and it needs to fix itself so you can get on with it. And you need to make it move. It doesn't want to. Like I said, I feel like I'm in a machine or an animal. I'm trying to tame the animal. I'm like, I'm getting up and I'm going to walk. So you better
Yeah.
figure out how this thing works. It's not easy, but with the right people around you, you know, telling you that you can do it, it's possible. And I'm living proof of it. These guys were great.
We can do hard things, Drew. This has been one of my sayings lately. We can do hard things.
You can do impossible things.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah.
You can do
Yeah.
impossible things. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what we need to hear right now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and look at the next one.
Yeah, so this is interesting. This is a painting I did many years ago, like 16 years ago. And when I say I feel like I've been preparing for this my whole life, I painted this painting and it was kind of a creepy painting and nobody liked it. And they're like, gosh, why did you paint this painting? And I'm like, I don't know. But it's just extraordinary. There I am, all skinny like I was when I got sick. And I was on a journey. And these like things were trying to get me. And it was like I was always meant to go on this journey. And the only thing that brought me back were my wife and son, that they needed me.
And they're in the heart there, yes?
Yeah. It's like they're coming from the other side, you know, the flesh.
Wow.
And, you know, we saw this painting with new light. When I got back, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like a premonition. Like,
It's like the tunnel in the wave. Like we talk
yeah,
about the tunnel, going through the tunnel when you pass away, when you transition, and it's a
yeah,
wave tunnel. It is. It's the same.
yeah, everything's traveling in waves. The energy itself,
Oh,
the energy itself is flowing like a wave. That's why I think whatever it is that we are is coming like a big wave. The awakening, the
yeah.
remembering,
Yeah.
and it's just going to get easier and easier to remember.
Yeah.
So
Is the
yeah,
candle all the prayers? I look at the candle and I think that must be all of the prayers.
it's kind of like, you know, it could be prayers, but I kind of looked at it as like time.
Yeah.
You know, like time was like a candle going down. And but there again, I don't know why I painted this painting. I painted it so long ago, and it was kind of a crude painting. I didn't do it very well. I did it fast, but yeah. Let's
Oh,
see
your
what.
soul knew. Your soul knew.
Yes, something.
Okay.
It's kind of like there's no time. Like so, maybe, like I said, I was supposed to go on this journey the whole time, so I was preparing myself or
Yep.
remembering. I don't know.
Yeah. Something like that is no mistake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at the next one.
Yeah. So this was taken like after I gotten better, and it was the first thing I was painting. So people need to understand my hands and my feet were the last things to come back to life. So I had like problems holding things and working my fingers and walking. So I had to learn to walk with numb feet. I couldn't feel them. And then they went from numb to hurting really bad. And the same with my hands. And being an artist is really hard to paint if your hands hurt and you can't hold on to anything. So that surfboard, I don't know if you can see it, but it's
Yes.
me floating out of my body into the wave and then becoming the light on the other side. And then the painting in the middle is me surfing a tube at Pipeline. And, you know, I think surfing in itself, something about riding the tube is like a remembering. Everybody talks about how time slows down when you ride in these big giant waves in the tube. And
Yeah.
it's addicting, and it's super dangerous. That's kind of like what it was like. Like I was in one of those tubes, like a river of light. And I never made it back to the source of the light. But I was on my way, and then I was pulled out. But I'll go back there one day. You know. But just kind of a neat picture. You know, at that point I'm strong. I can hold the surfboard, and that was a pretty good moment right there.
Yeah. That's beautiful. You've surfed the cosmic pipeline, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, you have. Yeah.
It was a wipeout to a cosmic pipeline.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Let's see
Go
what's
ahead and look
next.
at. Yeah.
This one's great because it's the same theme. This painting I did afterwards called Tube Traveler. And that's what it felt like being the light. Like you're just shooting through the universe. It was amazing. Just so amazing. And there again, you know, I didn't see people. All I saw was light. Everything was just light. So you're trying to articulate these things into symbols and images. None of them are right. I'll never get it right. But it kind of felt like that, just shooting through space. Yeah.
Were you aware that the light was the consciousness of all the people?
Well, yeah. So immediately, instantly, it's like a remembering. So it was like such a rapid download that, I mean, it was almost instant, and it just kept coming. And at some point, it's just overwhelming. You're just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot. And it just keeps coming. It doesn't stop. And imagine if you kept going into the source, then you would be at one with everything. I made it pretty close, but not that far.
I remember having an experience once in meditation when I was with a group, and that feeling of moving into that space of oneness where you don't care if you lose yourself. You don't care if you lose your personality because it's such a blissful space. And then I had a tinge of guilt for feeling that way. Like, because then I was like you, I remember, wait, I've got people here that love me and need me. I can't think like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
Yeah.
especially like children, you know,
Yeah.
you have these beautiful beings come into the world, and you're responsible for them. And they're, you know, the light being put into these little bodies, and they're so happy and joyous sometimes, but they're like, oh, wow, this thing can give you pain too. And you don't like it. And you got to comfort them and tell them it's okay. And it's the future you.
Yeah.
And it's just so beautiful. It's
So
all just so beautiful.
our children are an extension of us. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Let's see what comes up next.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is, this painting I did a year afterwards, and it's called The Circle of 12. And I don't know where all this information comes from. I try to write everything down. But I'd done this after therapy that was given to me to help me with the PTSD of the brutality of what happened. And it was a psychedelic experience to help me cope with all the things that I'd seen. And I painted this the very next day. And what I just want to explain to people that we seem to be some type of creation machine. We are creation. The universe is sending out this wave that's slowly organizing things into more and more complex materials and organisms so that it can experience itself. This process has been happening forever. It's happening everywhere. And we're like these conscious light inside the physical thing that it created to have an experience. We're on the very edge of consciousness. We're gathering the information. We're creating it.
Creation and motion, conscious creation and motion.
And what people need to understand, it's never going to stop.
Yeah.
It never did stop. It's been doing this forever. It's what we are. The energy just transmutes into different things. And so when you talk about waves, so what people need to understand about waves is waves are energy. That energy comes from the sun. The solar wind puts pressure on our atmosphere. The energy gets transferred in the atmosphere into wind. The wind transfers that energy into the ocean, creating waves. So when you see a wave on the ocean, it's like coming to life. It's moving and churning, and it's racing towards shore. But when that wave breaks on shore, when the surfers ride it, the wave isn't dying. That's not what's happening. The energy is being released from the water back into the wind. And that's what we're doing with our bodies. The energy's been put into these bodies. We operate the bodies, but when the body dies, you're just released from the body again, just like the wave.
Yeah.
So in a way, you are the wave too. You are the wind. You are the light. You're all of those things.
Yeah. All of the elements and the
Yeah.
consciousness. May I ask what the green, the larger green and yellow part is on the right side?
On the right side, well, that's all just the wave of just like organizing water, and then you can see like all the embryos signifying the things are being organized, and then the eye kind of represents I am the eye. You are there at some point. There's some source.
The source, God, creator.
Yeah, you're all of those things. And the circle of 12 is really the great the great wheel of time and the zodiac. There's something about the positioning of where we are that regulates the flow of the energy. That's why it's so important. And that's why I believe the energy is coming back. We were in darkness, but it's coming back. It happens cyclically. It's like a wave of us coming, a wave of remembering.
Yes.
And that's what this painting represents.
Yes. We get it, Drew. We get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah. So what's next?
Okay.
Oh, this painting is great.
Yeah. Yes.
So this is another painting that I did before. and it was for some dear friends of mine. And there again, you know, my whole life I've been embracing nature and surfing, and something about surfing is just so magical. And being a surfer, you get to go to some of the most beautiful places on the planet and meet some of the most beautiful people.
Yeah.
And you can see, you know, I already had an understanding of things. I just thought everything was amazing. And, you know, you can see the little family following the Sacred Heart. And really for me, that was represents kind of like the way you should live your life, following your heart. You know, a lot of people ask me with art in my life, you know, the success of being an artist. And I said, I really never set out to be an artist. I set out to be happy. And I think that's what people need to do. Don't try, you know, try not to try so hard, you know, you know, your successes in life. Strive to be happy, balance. The
Yeah.
rest will work itself out. The universe will tell you what you're supposed to be doing. If you're aware, the universe is constantly trying to tell you what's next. That's why you have to be present.
True.
Keep your mind clear. Don't get caught up in the nonsense.
Yeah.
The universe is trying to solve all your problems for you, but most people aren't paying attention.
Yeah.
So it's follow your heart. Well,
Some people feel guilty for being happy when they see the world around them and they see suffering, and they just feel guilty, like they don't deserve to be happy. And I always felt like happiness gives other people permission to be happy, to know what's possible, and
yeah,
it spreads. Yeah, it spreads joy,
yeah,
the gift.
and the way you help people is by being the best person you can be, the best
Yeah,
version of you.
yeah,
And you
yeah,
have to be patient for the others and compassionate because they're not there yet. But if you live your best life and become your best self, it's contagious. It's contagious. It's like, wow, I want that. It's possible.
yeah, exactly. It
And
lets
that's,
people know it's possible. It opens a door.
you know,
Yeah,
just on the medical side of what I went through, I want to tell my story to give people hope. No matter what you're battling, you can you can beat it if you want to be here. And it's okay if you want to go to that other place, if your body's too broken. But if you have a reason to stay and you have a life worth living, you can beat it. And it's just extraordinary that your mind is just so powerful. Where the mind goes, the body will follow.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think of what you said about not getting caught up in things too. And, when, if you're not watching your TV, sometimes it can put up a little message that says like video paused. Are you still watching?
Yeah.
And what it caught my attention because it reminded me that like we can get caught up in the movie, the projection of everything too. And then when that happens, you've kind of lost your awareness that you're in it, that you're the consciousness behind the movie, right?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like to learn to balance and hold, like live this life to the fullest, but also remember you're the conscious awareness living it. And that keeps you from being like totally hooked into the drama of it too, and losing your balance and your focus and your mindful presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of times you have to realize it's not all about you.
Yeah.
You know,
It's about all of us, everything. Yeah.
yes.
So many layers of reality. Yes, Benno, thank you. Benno from Oz, 1975. Love your handle there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Let's see what's next. Is there something?
Okay.
I don't know
I
if
think
there's
so.
art or surfing or.
Let's see what we got next.
Yeah, that's just
Oh,
me and my life. I love watching the sunset and I love painting the sunset. It's awesome. So
I chase them and I don't always make it in time. Sometimes I'm working and I'm like, when's the sunset? And I've only got 20 minutes to get there, and like I might not quite make it.
yeah.
But I'm a sunset chaser myself.
Let's see. I think there's one last one. Is that the
Yes.
surfing one?
Let's see. We have a surfing one, yes. And
Oh, there's my
that's
wife.
you. There's you and Maria.
There's the woman that saved my life.
Yep.
Real quick, I just want, it's important, the people you surround yourself with, the wife that you choose, the life that you choose. I like to say I chose wisely, because in this situation, I don't know if I'd still be here if I had anybody else beside me. And if you do end up, with some severe problem, or, end up in the hospital like me, you want to have a strong advocate that will fight for you while you can't. And I was fighting on the inside and she was fighting on the outside. And
Yeah.
then she gathered people to fight with us and to pray. I definitely would not be here if she hadn't done that. And I'm
Yeah.
forever grateful.
That's your angel.
Yeah.
Beautiful. We love Maria.
Yeah. Plus, I do all the cooking. She would have starved to death if I would have died.
God bless you for that, Drew. A man who cooks. Okay. Beautiful. We love you, Maria. I know you're in the background. We love you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I do think we have a surfing picture post.
There we
There
go.
we go. And this is after you recovered.
This is
Yes.
after. I just want people to know I still surf. I had to learn how to surf again too, which was one of the dearest things to my life. It's why I do everything, my connection with surfing. And I'm surfing bigger and bigger waves now. The fact that the human body can ride waves and ride inside these little tubes is extraordinary. It's not easy to do, but when you learn to do it, it is like the best feeling ever. So there again, I'm very grateful that my body was able to recover. My feet and hands, they just have a little bit more healing to do, and I'll be back to 100%. My lungs have healed despite all the odds. They were going to cut my lungs out. They said I needed a lung transplant, and I would die without one. But I think my lungs are doing pretty good since I'm surfing a lot, and I don't have any other health issues. Once I got out of the hospital, we did everything naturally. I got off all pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Everything I did was alternative therapies to get well. And we had tremendous success. And that's living proof of it, me surfing. I surf a lot, and I'm, out with a lot of people. And a lot of these people had to watch me go through it. I couldn't swim at first. I couldn't stand. And we'd put a life jacket on me just so I could get in the water and float. And it took years. It was embarrassing learning to surf again. I had to wear the life jacket up until just about a year ago. And people that did not know me would make fun of me. And I'd be like, yeah, I've had some problems. But I'm just very grateful to all the surfers out there who have been at my side, watched me, make sure I didn't drown, make sure they gave me waves and they encouraged me, and made it more tolerable, even though I was really embarrassed and having a hard time. And I just want to thank all of them. My surfing community was a big part of my healing. They were all praying for me too. And I'm forever grateful. Yeah. So.
Wow. You look good, Drew. You look really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There again, the people that nobody can do it for you. There's no excuses. You either do it or you don't. You have to change your lifestyle, your eating, the things that you're doing, the people that you're around. There again, it's extraordinary how many people it took me to get back to where I am. Thousands of people.
Yeah.
And but we did it. And you know, just reach out to people if you're going through something. Don't hide and don't hold it in. Ask for help. Put it out there. The internet, it was a tremendous way to get our story out there so that we would receive kind thoughts and prayers and healing and resources. You know, some of the things that were given to me were experimental drugs that we'd never heard of, that people were telling Maria about. And, you know, that's what it took. So you can't just, you know, hide, and you need people around you. So if you find yourself in a tough spot, reach out to the other yous. Reach out to your angels. They're waiting.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're waiting to help you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I think that covers it.
Is that the last one, Kelly? Is there any more pictures? That was it. Wow. I can relate to so much of what you said, and you know, I have a beautiful circle of friends who've like helped get me through a lot of change I was going through too. So I know what you speak of and how important that is, and that's why sometimes we talk a lot about the angels, you know, out in the sky too, but then we have angels right here in front of us on the earth, like Kelly being one of them. She's a dear friend of mine, and many of the people who are here too watching also are part of my angel group too. And so what you say is very true, and it matters.
And
And
it's simple. It's so simple.
it's so simple. And it's like what you said, there's this phrase, God helps those who help themselves. And that's why you say you got to be the one to do it. You have to have the will and the want to move forward and do better and make the change. But it's so worth it, because the alternative is not it's not getting to see the gifts on the other end.
Yeah. Well, the alternative is having your
Yeah.
privileges revoked and not being here anymore.
Yeah.
You were sent here to make a difference, a positive difference.
Yeah.
And sometimes we forget.
Yeah.
So
You're very courageous, as is your beautiful wife. And
thank you.
thank you so much, Drew. I beyond grateful. Like, you've touched us all so deeply. I've cried a lot this whole time. It's one of my more emotional times we've shared.
Yeah, I try not to cry, but like you know, every time I think about the near death, I'm on the verge of tears. And I'll probably be like that for the rest of my life. And
Yeah.
you know, I look forward to going home one day, but not yet. Not yet.
I second that.
Yeah.
Not yet, Drew. There's too much life to be lived. Too much life to be lived first.
I want to ride some more big waves.
Yes, you do. Create more memories, have more experiences.
Yeah.
You know, I just had this thought. It's kind of like a record with all the little grooves in there too, and it's like we get to take this record with us. You know, when we come out of our bodies, and it's like, how many memories and experiences can we fit in the grooves and record them? And that's what we get to take with us, not the stuff,
Yeah.
not the body. It's the memories that we had with the stuff and the people. And you talk about the people, like what you remembered while you were out of your body was the people.
Yeah. And just before too. So just before, when they said, you know, well, you're gonna die and this is it. And I was only able to make one phone call, and it was to my mother and my son. And this is another thing people didn't know. This all happened on Thanksgiving Day. My whole family was together for Thanksgiving. And my poor wife and sister were in the window having to say goodbye. And So Thanksgiving means something totally different for us now. So I went under on Thanksgiving Day and came back on December 21st. And
Wow.
and the first things I remember happened right around Christmas.
12/21, 1221.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was all the
Right at the
holidays.
solstice. Right at the solstice too.
Yeah. So our whole holiday season means something totally different to us now. Really extraordinary. And there again, just another thing, part of our crazy story. And thank you for having me. And I love everybody. And we're
We
here.
love you too.
We're here if anybody needs us.
Yeah. We love you too. And we're so grateful. And you made a whole nother group of friends and family and and people grateful to hear your story here today. So thank you for helping to spread the love and the connection. That's why we call it Embracing Infinity.
Yeah.
It's the oneness of it all. Maria, all the things that worked were discouraged to do by the hospital. So wild. We just kept looking under rocks for solutions and found high dose vitamin C. I don't know how to pronounce that. Avipatil,
A Viptidil.
Aviptidil, okay, hyperbaric chamber, and so much more. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I do lots of high dose vitamin therapies for myself too, and like red light and cryo and all of that too. So I'm into the same kind of things too, because I'm trying to keep my health as like optimal as it could be so that I can do everything I'm supposed to do in my mission in life. Same as you. Yeah. 12/21/2021, when you received multiple messages from people who had visions of Drew recovered. Oh, there's a reason why you had this scientific background. It puts it all together because science and spirituality actually go very well together because they're spirit in the beauty and the perfection of
It's
no
divine.
words.
It's divine design.
Exactly.
There's
Exactly.
no way this is all an accident.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we all
Thank
have
you
stuff
so
to
much.
do. We're all here for a reason.
Yes, we are.
Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you so much. Thank you, Drew. Is there any other words you'd like to leave us with?
Just create a life worth living. That's
Yeah.
it.
Life is good.
Yeah, life is good.
Life is good.
Bye, everybody.
Okay. Everybody, thank you for tuning into Embracing Infinity. If you popped in late, you will absolutely want to go and watch the replay of this. It's been a phenomenal story that Drew shared. And there's his lovely wife, Maria. And you can go watch the replay of my show with Maria, my interview a few months back too. And I will post it on Facebook on both of my pages as well to make it easy to find for those of us who are on Facebook too. And we're so grateful for your presence, your love, your energy that you've shared. Thank you, Maria. I feel so blessed I got to meet you and that we're still connected and we found this space together. I'm beyond words, and everybody here is so grateful. So you've created a lot of healing and given a lot of blessings here today by sharing and being so vulnerable and honest. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The love, we feel the love. Okay. Everybody, we have Sunday service, 10 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. In the UK, with Pink Sarah joining us as our guest medium. It's another very safe and sacred space. We look forward to seeing you. And Team Angel, Kelly Brickle, Nancy Murtala, and Stacia Cherry are part of the service as well with myself. So it will be a beautiful occasion. We do hope to see you, mediumjenniferrose.com. Please do check out Drew Brophy's artwork and his story on drewbrophyart.com and pick up a copy of the book COVID, A Love Story, written by his beautiful wife, Maria. And you can follow him on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. It's all there. And if you have any trouble, let me know and I'll help you out. All right, my dear. Thank you, Kelly, our producer, for taking good care of us, and so much love to everybody here. Anything you'd like to say, Maria?
Just
Thank you for giving us a platform to share this story with your amazing audience. You have such a passionate audience. I've been reading through all the comments, and
Yeah.
you're really building something beautiful here. So thanks for letting us have a little part of it.
Thank you. Well, you had a big part of it too. Anytime, you're welcome. Anytime, just let me know and we'll make it happen.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, beautiful. Big virtual hugs to all of you. Have a beautiful afternoon and a beautiful weekend, everybody. Thank you for joining us on Embracing Infinity on the Sacred Spiral Network. And please live well, love you well, and walk those steps gracefully, my friends. We will see you next time. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Maria and Drew. Bye, everybody. Lots of love.